welcome to the Dead Back in Time Debates. My name is Tony, I'm your host, and I'm here to show you the most jaw-thumping, heart-stopping, mind-bending... Wait, this intro sounds familiar. Forget it, let's just get on with the show. For today's show, we have one heated debate that will knock your socks off. Quartish Smuck Shilling versus Smackaroo Trillings. What? Anyway, as well as Dark Tom, who is here to ask questions. They will try to convince me about World War II. Now, Darp, shoot those questions, buddy!
Question time.
Now, I know you feel strongly about your side, so I'll ask this question. Was it necessary to join World War II as in the United States?
No, it was not necessary to join World War II, and I have multiple reasons why I believe this. The U.S. entered World War II after the attack on Pearl Harbor. While some would say this is more than enough reason to join the war caused many deaths among the people, weakening our population. For this reason, I think that it's not at all necessary to join the Second World War. Another reason that it was not necessary was that it would lead to us losing tons of money, weakening our economic growth, which is extremely important for a growing nation.
Alright, Smackaroo, do you have anything to contradict the statement?
Now that you've wasted all of this time of my life, learning something false.
Hey, it's up to the person to pick their side. They can go with your idea of what is true, or they can stick with the correct side.
Anyways, clearly it was important for the U.S. to join the war. We need to support our allies against these enemies, these communists. Otherwise, we would have lost millions. Again, we didn't join the war. If we hadn't, our side would have lost. There'd be a worse economic problem.
When we joined the war, we had to pay for our army, which led to an even worse economy.
Something feels different. Oh well, now let's hurry this up, I got unemployment.
Alright, we've heard both of your sides, but what proof do you have about it? Any primary and secondary sources you need to share?
Since you apparently need proof, here is one piece of evidence that supports my claim. At first, the United States tried to stay neutral. Many Americans wanted to avoid another war after the devastation of World War I. The idea of staying out of international conflict was known as isolation. This idea of staying isolated from the war to save lives was the best decision, and they should have stayed with this decision. But no! They decided that it was necessary to join the war and sacrifice lives.
Over 2,400 American boys were killed out there. Much of our fleet was damaged. Next day, we declared war on Japan, officially entering the war. It was too much. They killed thousands of innocent lives. We needed to bring Japan and their allies to justice.
Alright, I've seen that we've gotten some quality evidence from each of our sides. We have a special guest to help us hear the side of the first-person perspective. Please give a round of applause for Elijah, a war veteran from World War II. Come on down! Wait, how is he even alive? Wasn't World War II like 81 years ago?
Now, Elijah, how has World War II affected you? Are you against joining the war, or with it?
Hello, youngins. I'm Elijah Bruce, and I have experienced most of the conflict in the World War II, as well as the bombing of the Pearl Harbor, which, if the people don't know, the bombing was the biggest reason to join the war. My brother was at the Pearl Harbor when it blew up, and I had unfortunately lost him also. Many other people's lives were also lost, which sparked outrage in all of the United States. This rage led to people wanting to join the war efforts for many reasons, such as nationalism, revenge, and putting a stop to what they think is wrong. And I joined the war for a mix of all three, so I have to say I was with it.
Well, thank you for your opinion, but now I have come to a conclusion. With both these sides given and them having sustainable evidence, I believe that the U.S. joining the war was necessary. That's right, Smackaroo is the winner, and he's got to take his water hose, along with this awesome and outstanding statue of the best handsomest person, man, or whatever in the world. Me! Meanwhile, Quartish, with his water, won't get dumped with water. Alright, wasn't that just fun?
I demand a rematch!
Well, too late, you're already soaking wet. Anyways, that's all for today's show. Just remember that this is all an opinion. But it's my opinion, so it's the correct one. Come back next time on Back in Time Debates, and we will be discussing the problem with cookies. Has it fattened us all up, or has it flattened us down to the bone? Recording is now in session.
Now that you've wasted all of this time of my life learning something false.
Oh, hey! Apparently need proof too.
Wait a minute. How is he even alive? Isn't he like 81 years old?
Now,
Wait, no, I said the wrong thing. Come on down! Please give a round of applause for Elijah's. We have a special guest to help us here decide in a first
If people don't know, the bombing was the biggest reason to join the war.
Stop roaring! Alright, that's enough. Okay.